to the Movie Edge. Right there you saw some little trailers and little snippets of Comic-Con. We're going to be playing all kinds of little clips throughout the segments, show you what happened this weekend. But let's start off with the X-Men Wolverine series, the panel. Hugh Jackman started it off with the Wolverine. Came out and started talking about it, showed the trailer, and then he brought the whole cast of the X-Men Future Past in.
Yeah, this is. I mean, it was from what I read and what I saw on the clips that I saw. It was a sight to behold. I mean, you almost couldn't fit all the people on stage. It was so many. You had two Magnetos, Michael Fassbender and Ian McKellen. You had two Professor X's, James McAvoy and Patrick Stewart. You had new cast members playing characters like Bishop. You had so many of the old ones like Ellen Page, who plays Kitty Pryde. And in the movie, they announced basically what the concept of Days of the Future Past is. If you read the comics, you know it's Wolverine and Kitty Pryde going back to the future to stop Oliver Trask from taking over, and then having to go back into the past. Well, this time around, Wolverine's going to go back to the future with Kitty Pryde, but then he's going to go back to the past and work with Rogue, played by Anna Paquin. She's reprising her role as Rogue, and it's basically the same storyline. You're going to see characters, like I said, Bishop, and then it's their way of melding the X-Men Origins movie that came out a couple years ago and the original trilogy of X-Men movies, and then Wolverine is the glue that puts it all together. And this will not be the last X-Men movie. There's going to, the rumor going around Comic-Con is there's going to be an X-Force movie. Is going to be coming down the pipe next, and 20th Century Fox is getting their ducks in a row like Marvel, and they're going to start doing multiple storylines, and there's a good chance Apocalypse is going to be a major villain for multiple X-Men movies.
Well, let's show them some of the clips. Take a look at some of the X-Men panel. So here you go. So that's some footage from the San Diego Comic-Con 2013, the X-Men panel. Hugh Jackman, Halle Berry's in there.
Yep.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart was there.
Yep.
So there's some of the guys. Let's go into Loki. Came out.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
He did a 3-minute promo in character with the whole voices, the whole nines. Tom Huddleston came out and did that. He was getting the crowd in uproar, getting ready for him to show the Thor: The Dark World trailer. The lights went out. Everybody went crazy. He came in. Well, I mean, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean,
it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Hiddleston. I mean, obviously, he's playing a character where he's got this kind of like Shakespearean persona, and he used that Shakespeare. The people of all age.
I thought he was doing some kind of Shakespeare. It looked like he was.
That's how Loki talks, and he talked just like Loki, and he was. Because if you know what Tom Hiddleston looks like, he doesn't look like Loki.
But he had a black wig on.
Yeah, he has a black wig on, but he really got everybody riled up and started the ball rolling on this Marvel panel, and they had a new updated Thor trailer with a lot more footage, because Thor just got done filming, so they're going to do the post-production, and there's a rumor of somebody showing up in the credits. We'll see what happens, but yeah, the first trailer looked great.
Oh, before we go into that, we actually missed something about the X-Men thing. If you go online, they've leaked the end credit scene of the Wolverine movie. We looked for it this morning, couldn't find it, but check it out. If you can find it, give us an email, bestdaymovieshow@yahoo.com. Let us know, or tell us tomorrow night on the the Best Day Movie Show, 8 p.m. Pacific, or 8 p.m. Eastern Time. TalkShoe.com. Give us a call, 724-444-7444. Let us know if you found it, what it looks like. Talk about it. Anything you want to talk about, anything you want to bring up, hit us up on the show. Next,
Then the Captain America panel started right after the Thor trailer and the Thor information and people was announced. And of course, you got the whole cast of Captain America: The Winter Soldier, which is completely filmed as well as Thor. They haven't done any of the post-production work on it at all, so there was no trailer, but they had the entire cast. I mean, it's going to be a kind of a group movie without actually being a group. Like you had Hawkman. I mean, oh God, Hawkman. You have Scarlet Witch. I mean, God dang it.
Yeah, man, you're all flustered today.
Captain America, obviously, I said Captain America. But you have Black Widow played by Scarlett Johansson, and you have some of the people like Robert Redford, who's playing a like a general guy, and you have oh God, I can't think of the actors' names now. I've been thinking about this for 2 days, and I can't think of everybody's name. But they had the whole panel of Captain America people, and that got the hall into a frenzy after the Thor footage was released.
Well, let's show them some of the Loki and some of the footage that we saw. Take a look. Well, that was Loki doing his thing, introducing the Thor, the Dark World trailer. But next we're going to talk about a little movie called Guardians of the Galaxy. I know we've been waiting for this a long time. Hits theaters August 1st, 2014. The whole cast was there at the San Diego Comic-Con this year. And the one question that everybody wanted to know was
who, because the rumor in June was that Benicio del Toro had been cast to be in Guardians of the Galaxy. And a lot of the speculation was Thanos and whoever, but now it has been confirmed because he came on stage and he was announced as the Collector. Now the Collector, if you don't know, is a far-faring character who's been around millennia, and he collects odd things throughout the galaxies, sometimes people. And if you've read the comic books, you know that he had one of the Infinity Gems. So this really plays into the Infinity Gauntlet and Thanos and that sort of stuff that they're trying to build on for possibly Avengers 3.
Now in June they were talking about earlier in June that he was rumored to be playing this character, and like you said, I looked up and they were talking about he does a lot of tangles with the Avengers, and they said at the San Diego Comic-Con that he might be a villain in Avengers 3. But then you told me something else.
Yeah, he's more or less a kind of a smaller villain. He's not that big of a villain. He'd be the perfect villain for the Guardians of the Galaxy. Much more in their kind of realm of who they would fight. And, you know, you also had Chris Pratt, who's going to play Star-Lord, Zoe Saldana, who's playing Gamora, Dave Bautista, who's playing Drax the Destroyer. You have some people like John C. Reilly. You're going to have Glenn Close. I mean, the cast is endless for this movie. I mean, and then there's some stills that are available online. And
let's show some stills real quick.
And okay, before we do that, it's going to be they really have kind of like a Usual Suspects feel to this movie, from what I've gathered in the blogs and some of the interviews that I've been reading and listening to.
Well, so here's a still right here. It's a really cool artwork that they're coming up with, some cool concepts, and there's another one right there. So as you can see, all these stills, they presented to the fans at San Diego Comic-Con to see and show them what they're working on, and they're still in the process of building it. But as some of these stills comes by the screen, you can see that they're working on different characters, different battle scenes, individual characters. So this is what they wanted to show the fans of what they're working on.
And they've been filming for 10 days, so there's a long way to go.
So 10 days prior to the San Diego coming up, they just started. So
Yep.
yeah, they do got a long ways.
And the big reveal at the Marvel panel,
was what, Joss Whedon?
Joss Whedon got up there after all the Thor and all the Captain America and all the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. he showed a banner to the crowd, and the crowd went crazy because all the speculation of Vin Diesel, who Vin Diesel is going to portray. Obviously, you know by now, if you know, if you've been following the Avengers and in the blogs and the news, Vin Diesel's been rumored to have interviews with Marvel Entertainment. And obviously he can't come out and say who he was going to play. He put on his Facebook page a picture of him as Vision, because that I think he was just being a little coy. But come to find out, after the banner,
He's playing Ultra.
he is going to be playing Ultron in Avengers: The Age of Ultron. That's going to be the official name for Avengers 2, which comes out in 2015. So that was the big reveal at the end of the Marvel panel, and I think everybody has been coming out of this and just blown away with Marvel. Once again, they upped the bar for movies and entertainment and making their properties must-see movies.
Now, I read a little bit into this, and the president of Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige said that the title is from the comics and won't actually be based on them this time around.
Yeah, it's Age of Ultron was a comic book storyline, but Ultron's been a villain who was created a long time ago by Hank Pym, and his movie, The Ant-Man, will be out in November 2015. That is going to be a follow-up to Avengers 2. So it's going to be interesting how they fit in Ultron having been created by Hank Pym, even though Ant-Man, Hank Pym's character, isn't going to have his movie until 2015,
now,
after the Avengers 2.
Now everybody's asking, do you think that Ant-Man
And Wasp?
you think they're going to be in the movie?
Well,
There's cameos?
I'll tell you, a brother-sister act has been rumored to be in Avengers 2. Now, everybody's speculating that it's Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Well, Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne, they're not a brother-sister act. They're a boyfriend-girlfriend that eventually become husband-wife. So it's going to, I think originally Joss Whedon wanted the Wasp in the last Avengers movie, and Marvel Entertainment and Disney said, no, we want Scarlet Witch. And I mean, Black Widow, I should say, Black Widow. And that's what they got, it was Black Widow. And they introduced Black Widow in Iron Man 2, and then she showed up in Avengers.
Well, Ant-Man's supposed to be out, what, November 2015 is what they announced.
Yeah, that's 6 months after the Avengers 2 comes out. So my guess is they're going to introduce Hank Pym in.
Did you get to see that big robot they had out there?
Yeah, that was crazy.
They have this. I'll show you the clip. I'll show you some clips at the end of the show of some of the other stuff. They have this big robot they've been building for a while, and they brought it out to the San Diego Comic-Con, and it looks like a robot they made in Judge Dredd.
Yeah, it kind of does.
It's a huge robot, and it's all done by remote control, I assume, because that costume it was too small for a guy to be in there unless he was a midget.
Yeah, I would say so.
But it was walking around outside talking to people. There's a little segment with a little girl and goes up and shakes his hand and stuff. Is there anything else you want to add? I think we covered all the main stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Comic-Con, you mean everything you could think of. They had a big Hobbit panel. They had a Game of Thrones. If you're a Game of Thrones, go online and look up the Game of Thrones panel, which is really good. A good Hobbit panel. Just all your favorite TV shows that you like.
Oh, they also had. Also, I'll throw on here too. If we have enough time, I'll throw on the Veronica Mars, the TV show that's turning into a movie. They raised $2 million by all the fans to make this. So it's for all the fans. This is for you guys. You're the ones that worked hard and donated your hard-earned money into this movie. Veronica Mars went 3 seasons.
On the WB.
I know. Earlier I was asking how many seasons it went. It went 3 seasons. So, but I want to thank everybody for joining the show. I want to thank for coming on.
Hey, no problem. Glad we could talk about what we love, and we could break all this news to everybody out there.
Now, if we missed anything or anything that that happens today, because today's the last day of San Diego Comic-Con, if anything happens, we will break it tomorrow. The Movie Edge. Oh, shit. Why do I keep doing that?
The best damn
The
comics.
The best damn comics.
The best damn movie show.
The Best Damn Movie Show, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on TalkShoe.com. If you want to give us a call the number right here, 724-444-7444, or email us, bestdamnmovieshow@yahoo.com. We'll give you all the insight, all the movie news, all the movie reviews. Now, what are you going to review tomorrow on the show?
I'm going to be reviewing Red 2, R.I.P.D., and Only God Forgives.
And I'm going to try to check out The Conjuring. I don't know if I'm going to hit it yet today. I don't know what's going on. I got to check Showtime because it's getting a little late. So I might be checking out Grown Ups too. I know you're not a big fan of that one.
No, I'll pass on Grown Ups too.
But until next time, I'm Vincent Laspada.
And I'm Skip.
And we'll see you
At the movies.
Turned out pretty well, huh?
Now that's going to be like 10 hours of editing.
Nah.